I am at Antonio Agcaoili, and welcome back to Remember When in the 2010's. And let me tell you, do you know what they weren't doing in the 2010's?
What weren't they doing?
They weren't giving parking tickets outside of the studio.
Whoa. Hey.
So welcome to episode dose of Mass Music Radio's not so new, but still kind of new-ish show. And I am your host, Antonio Agcaoili. Directing, we have Shlomo Bowe and another special guest who we're not going to be able to see. Professor Hill is here. Say hi, guys.
What up?
How are we doing, everyone? We also have our official guest. Hey, Frankie.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Tell the people what you do.
My name's Frankie Wahlberg. I'm a local Quincy resident. I make music. I like to act. I do some stand-up comedy, and I'm a chill guy. You know.
I got to get back into stand-up.
Oh yeah, you did some stand-up?
Yeah, not for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm more accustomed to sitting down now.
Yeah, bro. It makes you wanna.
There it is.
Yo, dude.
That's what I miss.
Yo, dude, stand-up's hard because you go up there and it's like you think it's funny, you write it down like it's funny, you go up, you perform it, and no one laughs, and you're just like, wow, I feel like complete garbage right now.
Yeah, it takes the real...
Because it's just trial and error. It's trial and error, but it's not like if you're learning how to play the guitar, you learn in private, and you can mess up in private. Like, stand-up comedy, you can't just write jokes and not perform them because you don't know it works. You messing up the guitar, you have to do that on stage in front of a crowd of people. So it's a difficult thing. Like, I have the utmost respect for like real poised like comedians. Like I think they're such great artists, you know.
Well, we love comedy over here.
Yeah.
So welcome to Remember One of the 2010's. Do you know how the show works?
I think I know how the show works. Do our guests know how the show works?
Yeah, you could just say no.
Okay.
So how it works is we randomly select a year, and we will go over that year. We'll go over the top 5 films, the top 5 songs, the top 5 news stories, and the top 5 memes of that year.
All right.
And with that year, I present this week's receptacle, a collector's Star Wars The Last Jedi popcorn tin.
Woo!
This is the last collectible popcorn tin I have, so it's just going to be Tupperware from now on. So, Frankie, I'm just going to spin this around for you.
Yeah.
And I want you to choose wisely. You get to randomly pick and then show your camera what it is. This is always the fun part of the show because I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
All right, we got 2017.
2017! Oh my God!
Wow.
2017. What were you doing in February 2017?
February 2017, I was applying for college. I was a senior in high school.
I'm older than you?
You are older than me. How old are you?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to keep that low key.
Well, in February 2017, I was in college. Mm-hmm. I think I was in February 2017. Yeah, I was in college. I forgot what I was doing. Having a merry old time. I wasn't depressed anymore at that time, so that's all that matters.
Nice. No depression for the win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not 2015. So let's skip over to 2017. I feel like 2017 is going to be a great year, except for that one news story that I'm afraid to talk about.
Oh, 2017, man.
Oh, there's a lot. All right, let's get started with the top 5 films of the year. Now, these top 5 films are according to the IMDb ratings. Let's talk about film number 5, Marvel's Thor Ragnarok. Frankie, did you see Thor Ragnarok?
I did not see Thor Ragnarok.
Did you see any of the other Thors?
No, I have no clue what that movie even is.
Okay, I'm not that upset because apparently the other 2 Thors were just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
But Thor Ragnarok was basically the course correction that was just, it was like basically Thor the Dark World. It was the second Thor movie. It just got trampled. It was just hated by everybody.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, big guy in the comic book world. He's all like, hey, you guys really got to fix this. So Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor, he reached out to him.
Good-looking guy.
Yep. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And he reached out to him. He's like, hey, how can we make our movie better? So he kind of like was instrumental into making Thor Ragnarok a much better movie. And Thor Ragnarok is one of Marvel's best movies. Because it incorporates elements from Planet Hulk, World War Hulk. It just gives Hulk more things to do. It's also a Hulk movie. It also really sets up, especially that after credit scene where it just sets up right before Infinity War.
Oh
which
man.
did not come out that year. Okay, so number 4 is Blade Runner 2041. Did you see Blade Runner 2040?
I did not see Blade Runner 2041. I probably should have checked over this list before I did.
It's okay, I didn't see it either. Did you see the original Blade Runner?
It sounds so familiar. Refresh my memory.
So Blade Runner, it takes place in the future, not like I don't know how far in the future, but there's humans and there's replicants. And the replicants are robots that look a lot like humans, but they don't know that they're robots.
Oh, I think I saw this like only like a couple scenes, but I never finished.
It's with Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I saw it in like 2017, but it was like I don't even remember it. It was like I saw it like late night television, like waking up type thing.
I saw it in a film class and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it.
Didn't care for it.
Didn't care for
So
it.
that's probably why I fell asleep. If you fell asleep, I obviously did.
Didn't care for it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Was Harrison Ford good in it though? I mean,
he was doing what Harrison Ford does. Just being angry and fighting.
Being angry, being mean.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's tight cast. Yeah.
Anybody want to cut in? Did you guys see Blade Runner 2041?
Nah.
I did not.
All right, now you make me feel better about not
Sorry,
seeing these
guys.
movies.
I did see one of the Thors though. It's the one with Natalie Portman.
So one of the first two then.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh yeah.
I just like Natalie Portman. Though,
Yeah,
so
she's hot. Yeah,
that's-
she's a good looking gal.
Oh yeah, Harvard guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
She went to Harvard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yo,
She's very smart.
did you ever see Natalie Raps, like the SNL skit of her?
I haven't seen that.
No.
Oh my god, it's like a Lonely Island thing. Like Andy Samberg wrote it. It's basically just like her just rapping the most gangster things. Like she's got like a baseball bat and she like takes like Andy's knees out and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like a classic SNL skit.
And on top of that, she's got dual citizenship between America and Israel.
Oh yeah.
Israel? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
She's Israeli.
Okay,
Yeah.
shout out
Mazel tov.
Shlomo.
Israeli.
oh.
Mazel tov.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
I'd love to talk about number 3. Number 3 is Logan.
I'm coming up blank.
Logan, one of the first rated R superhero movies. The death of Wolverine. Hugh
I actually saw
Jackman's
that. Yeah,
Wolverine.
I saw that one.
All right, well,
What was it?
It was a Wolverine movie. It was nuts. I didn't really like Wolverine, but
yeah, me
that
either.
movie was dope.
Yeah.
It was him and Patrick Stewart, and they're like on their last legs. Like they're like, oh, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Like we've messed up everything. We've screwed up the entire world, and we're hiding from everybody. And then they make this evil Wolverine. And there's a scene. Spoiler alert. There's a scene where evil Wolverine goes into Patrick Stewart's room, and Patrick Stewart's all like, I think I'm gonna be okay, and then he just starts stabbing him in his
Oh,
bed.
It's awful.
Man,
Yeah, it's an old man just gets smoked.
Oh
Just a
man!
frail
Imagine
old
you're
man.
just saying a good old fashioned prayer and you just get stabbed.
He's all like, Logan.
That's
he's
the
literally
way
like,
to go.
he's literally like, Logan, I think things are gonna turn out well for us.
Oh man! that-
Sayonara.
yeah, that must have been a good little scene though. Like good, like a little contrast. Don't expect it.
But I loved the opening was really good. It's basically where I was called Neil Patrick Harris. Big difference. Hugh Jackman.
That's
he's
what I
like,
was thinking the whole time.
Yeah,
Neil
huge.
Patrick-
Oh yeah, huge difference.
Yeah.
So Hugh Jackman.
I'll
He's
make
like
your mother.
He's like at a gas station, and there's these like 4 guys who are like giving him trouble, and he just destroys these guys.
Oh.
I don't even think I think he took out his claws once, but he's like slicing them up. He's like banging them on the ground. He's throwing them into the car.
Does his so can he just like activate his claws and they come out, or are they like an extension? Like he throws them on, like they're blades, like, or they're just like they come out of his skin when he gets like angry or there's a full moon or something.
Yeah, Marvel history. So Wolverine's body is made up of. Oh crap! It's not no. So basically, he's made out of metal, and the claws are
metal
part
body.
of his bones, and then he can retract them at will.
Okay, yeah, that's so retract him at will. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick, dude. I wish I had a metal body with retractable bones.
Yeah, I got a little story about Wolverine.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear
Our
it.
freshman year of college, Shamus and I went to it was like a Halloween party, and at one point there was a guy dressed up as Wolverine in the kitchen, and he was making SpaghettiOs, mixing it with his claws.
No.
Yeah, it was the
No,
most
that's
badass
G,
shit I've ever
bro.
seen.
Yeah, That's
I can attest. I had some of the fucking SpaghettiOs. That shit was gas.
Tastes good.
Oh, it was good. Probably a little bit of fucking plastic in it, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, it's fine.
Just
Couple little claw.
The melted sheen of the plastic really just like helped it bind together.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Delicious.
Extra consistency.
Exactly. Just
yeah.
wow.
I mean, that's
Chef's kiss.
Number 2.
Three.
This is number 2 is everyone's favorite movie in this room. It's 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Okay. I actually have not seen this movie, but I actually the guy who wrote the movie, Martin McDonagh, he also wrote a very classic play called The Pillow Man, and it's like it was written in 1999, and I think that was his first like big, and it adapted on Broadway, and I actually acted in it. Last semester while I was at, college.
Well, there you go.
So I'm familiar with the author of the play. He's a brilliant man, and I've been told the movie's great.
Yeah, it was a big Oscar contender for Best Picture, and I was rooting hard against it because I was in the Shape of Water camp.
Yeah.
But the whole movie was basically about, I think Frances McDormand's daughter gets murdered, and she's all like, why won't the police do anything? So she has 3 billboards outside the town that's just crapping all on the cops. She's like, it's been 29 days.
Ooh.
Why didn't you do anything?
Ooh.
And then she's like listing their names. Look how lazy they are. And she's just really going off at them.
Wow. And I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but like, how does it resolve?
I don't know.
Oh, it just doesn't.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it.
No.
Oh, you were making me feel like ashamed. I didn't see this one. I was like this.
No.
What? How can you be rooting for The Shape of Water in the Oscars when you never even gave 3 Billboards a chance?
Because I like The Shape of Water more regardless.
Man, you gotta keep your mind open. What if you like it way better? What's your favorite movie? You don't know, man.
Because Get Out wasn't going to win.
Whoa, Get Out's not on this list. Get Out was my favorite movie of 2017.
Yep.
How did it not make this list?
That's IMDb's fault.
IMDb is rigged.
Go make an IMDb account, go rank all your movies, and then maybe if in an alternate universe when we have to do the show again, maybe it'll be on there.
Oh, man. Dude, Get Out was such a great film. You didn't like it?
I did.
Yeah. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so brilliant.
Jordan Peele has been hitting it out of the park lately.
Oh, I never saw did you see his new one?
Us?
Us.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't see it. Was it you recommend it?
I liked it.
Not this year, but
It came out in 2019. Yeah, 2019.
So we might talk about another episode.
Uh,
And number 1.
no, we will not.
Oh, we won't?
No, I just looked ahead. Sorry.
Oh.
I will be talking about IMDb. There's a movie on here that just missed it because I think it's an interesting movie to talk about. It didn't make the list. It was a movie called Call Me By Your Name. Anybody see that?
Nope.
It's a movie it's with Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet. This guy's 25. He's an American graduate student, and he has a secret love affair with his professor's son while they're abroad in Italy, and he's 17.
All right, so this 17-year-old had a relationship with his professor's son.
No, the 17-year-old is the son of the professor, and Armie Hammer, the 25-year-old, is the grad student's. He's the grad student.
Okay, is the grad student a guy?
Yeah.
Does the professor know his son's gay? Is that part of the twist too, or?
No, he's very cool with it.
Oh, okay.
He's very.
Nice.
It's actually a very.
That's what we do these
the
days.
ending's very heartwarming. He's all like, "Oh, you gotta have these experiences." He's really.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
really cool about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'd say 25, 17, little.
Oh yeah.
You're treading on some Drake territory doing that type of stuff,
It takes place in the 80s and in Italy, so that's their problem.
Oh, okay. 80s Italians didn't care about
This is not a
pedophilia,
2020
apparently.
problem. This is the 1980s Italy problem.
Oh,
But
God.
now we get to talk about the number one
goddamn
movie. It's a
Italians.
movie I did actually see and really did enjoy. It's Pixar's Coco.
I did not see it.
Good. I really liked it.
I like Coco. Honestly.
Yeah, you see it?
Thank you.
What about you, Bo? You see it?
No, I haven't seen it either.
Didn't see it.
All five. I'm 0 for
Okay,
5
I'm
as
over
well.
5. All right. I'm feeling stupid right now.
Don't feel stupid.
Don't worry. I'm gonna
There's
hit the songs out of the park.
Dude.
I'll be honest, I didn't see it. I just kind of felt bad.
Okay.
So-
But let me
Okay, good.
Cap.
then
Good.
let me
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
do
let me tell you about the controversy about the movie.
All right.
Ooh.
There was controversy about the movie when it was in pre-production. The movie was originally going to be called Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Dio de Martes,
Mhm.
right?
Dia de los Muertos. and Disney was going to trademark the phrase Dia de los Muertos.
Oh.
And
God darn.
basically, the people who lived in Mexico, they all caught wind, and to put it lightly, they weren't that happy about it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
they
you just-
ended up.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a big corporation just literally just trademarking a cultural, like, friggin'.
Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian with the kimono. Tried to do the same shit.
What you tried to do?
She tried to brand the word kimono, I think, like the Japanese gown.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't do that. You can't be doing that.
Unless she if she spelled it differently, that'd be
Oh,
fine.
same way.
No, all right then. Then I have no sympathy.
Yeah, no.
So they ended up renaming the movie after the grandma instead.
Yeah, I mean, that
It's a-
seems because then it goes from being like, oh, like a really like nice heartwarming movie about, you know, these characters in Mexico, whatever, from, you know, if you named it that and trademarked it, it's like you're just putting a bad taste in the audience's mouth.
It takes
you know?
place like on the Day of the Dead, and it's about a boy who crosses over to the other side by total accident, and he meets up with his family that they're all dead. He's all like, "Oh, I remember you when you were a kid," and they all have to like help him to try to get back to the regular
'cause-
world.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
it's actually there's a lot of parts in the movie that are really sad and they're very wholesome. Like it talks about there's one scene, spoiler alert, it gets me. There's this really old soul who's in a hammock and he's like dying. And like I'm thinking, how is he dying when he's already dead? And then the character's all like, well,
You were born.
no. When you have no one else living to remember you, you fade away, you don't exist anymore. Whoa. Yeah.
Well, yo, honestly, that's a crazy concept. And I think that makes sense. But once you fade away, you reincarnate. Like, thinking like meta, like we're thinking meta right now in real life. Like, imagine if that's how it was, you know?
I hope I get a good end, but I'm Catholic, so I got punch in, punch out. That's it.
Punch in, punch out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got to experience it, then we got to watch. That's it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with watching.
But what was I gonna say? It's
That's sus. Nothing wrong with watching.
but Coco's great.
Yeah. No, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. All right.
All right, let's go to the top 5 songs of
Yes,
2017.
go.
Now, these are the top 5 songs according to the Billboard Hot 100 end of the year
sir.
charts.
Yes, sir.
Boy, what songs on here? We have number 5, "Humble" by Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
I was listening to that
Woo!
a couple days ago, actually.
I was listening to that earlier because lately I've just been bumping that whole album. Damn, Kendrick Lamar, one of the greatest rappers to ever touch the mic. Yeah, I mean that song is amazing, dude. That song's amazing.
We're just gonna make it a tradition that at least once per episode we have to sing the praises of Kendrick Lamar. Bo, what did you do in the first episode when we talked about 2012?
Oh, I had to shout out Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh my
I had
god,
to.
yeah.
I had
mean,
to.
dude, I just can't believe. So I drove to Western Mass a couple days ago, and I just was like, yo, I'm having a Kendrick vibe. I listened to Pimp Butterfly all the way through, Damn all the way through, Good Kid, Mad City. It's like, dude, this guy made 3 of the most perfect albums.
I think To Pimp a Butterfly is the most thorough project in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I
You
honestly,
know, from start to finish, it's just like it's such a unique concept, and it was incredible. Although that's not what this is about, but yeah,
it's not what it's about, but
even Humble, like not Humble, but Damn was a great album, but like I don't know if he'll be able to surpass To Pimp a Butterfly. That was incredible.
I mean, dude,
Give him a challenge.
I agree.
well,
Give him
no,
a challenge.
okay, so I don't know. It's they're different flavors, you know. It's just different flavors, you know. They're different concepts, but I think all 3 of them are amazing. His first album is that storytelling of Good Kid, Mad City. It's like you're literally watching his life growing up pan out, like him being 17, homie dying, you know, just like a day in the life of him and growing up confident. To Pimp a Butterfly, that is just insane. Like just him, like it's just all those emotions of just like of him, you know, becoming famous. Like I don't know, just the song "You," man, that's crazy. But that's not what it's about. But yeah, but damn is crazy because you can listen to it backwards or forward. Like that's like that concept is insane. Like the way forward is like his actual life, like him him growing to stardom, and that's supposed to, it's kind of like the story of him, like, but then he gets humbled. Where it's like, and then it's
Sit down.
Yeah, be humble, you know. Yeah,
I have to listen to these albums. I'm hearing nothing but good things.
Oh, you know,
Gotta, Antonio, you have
dude,
to.
they're an experience.
I gotta sit down. I gotta do some skydiving.
You gotta be humble.
That's gonna be hard for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Number 4 is Something Just Like This by the Chainsmokers featuring Coldplay.
Woo! I mean, Chainsmokers, man, they get a lot of, especially back then, they were getting a lot of hate because it's just, you know, some poppy, like, I mean, I think all they say is something just like this. Like, that's the whole song.
I think they get a lot, Chainsmokers got a lot of flack because I think, wasn't that like their big debut thing? Oh, I might take a selfie.
Oh, was it? I never knew that was them. Never knew.
It might be them.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks
2017 was definitely the Chainsmokers' biggest year, though, I'd say.
I disagree. I think it was actually the year before.
What was the year before?
2016.
And what'd they make? I mean, what'd they make the year before?
It was closer with Halsey.
Oh, okay. Okay, in my mind, that kind of lingered into 17. That's why. It went on for a bit. It's clout. Yeah. I mean, dude, Something Just Like This, that was a legit jam.
When did the Don't Let Me Down, Down, Down come out? Around
that was
those
8.
2
That had to be
years, right?
18. Yeah, I think that was 18.
Oh, so they're still going strong.
So they're still making bangers. All right.
All right, let's do number 3. That's What I Like by a good friend of mine, Bruno Mars.
Good friend of yours.
Well, you know, he's Asian Islander. I'm Asian Islander. We have a camaraderie. It's what we got. But he's just so freaking talented. Bruno Mars. I wish he'd lay off the drugs, but I think he's a great guy. Fantastic.
I didn't even know Bruni was doing the drugs.
I think he did a lot of cocaine.
Oh, I mean, I could see it. I mean, these celebrities these days.
Yeah, he got caught doing coke in a bathroom in L.A.
No,
Yeah.
Bruno. Damn, we can't. You know, these kids got to stay off the drugs.
That's
man.
why he's always got the sunglasses on to hide the high eyes.
That is crazy. Wait, which one is this one? Because all the songs blur together. So
That's
what I like. What is this?
Shine so bright, strawberry champagne. All
Oh,
right,
that's
what I do.
like.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Yeah, I remember. I have like a boss, right? I worked for this like pooling company for a little while. I was in the YMCA that year, and I just remember he's like 65. He was listening to headphones, and he was just singing that song out loud, naked, like after like taking a shower. I was like, I don't want him to see me right now. That was funny. Yeah, man, that song's great, dude. It's just like he has that. He's because the old people love him because he's got that Mike Jackson vibe.
Oh, yeah.
big swag vibe.
There was a major competition for who was going to be the next Michael Jackson, except for all the bad stuff. Like,
I mean, this. Hey, big guy who had. Yeah, I know. Minus the old touching kids thing.
but I will say,
I think The Weeknd is, if we're gonna go in that.
you know, I was just thinking about
Tangent.
The Weeknd recently. He's up there.
He's like a dark.
He could go for it.
It's almost like Bruno Mars and The Weeknd are like the two. They're like evil Michael Jackson and like good Michael Jackson. Like,
did you see the Robot Chicken sketch where it was at the time a live white Michael Jackson and he's like saying hi to the crowd? And then 1980s black Michael Jackson returns because he got abducted and replaced by aliens.
Oh,
and they're just like going off at it like, I'm the real Michael Jackson. No, I'm the real Michael Jackson.
No, dude. I mean, hey, dude. People on the internet really think people get cloned. Like Dave Chappelle made a big comeback 2017.
He did.
Dude, well, he disappeared for like 15 years, and then he came back with a whole sling of Netflix specials, and it was like he was just super jacked. His voice was way deeper and, you know, grittier. And
It's that grown man voice.
yeah, he had a grown man, and he smokes a crap ton of cigarettes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He smokes on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's
Hey, speaking of The Weeknd, I don't know if you guys saw Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
For
No.
the 100th time. No,
It was he did a great job.
He was in it?
He tried to finesse Adam Sandler's shorty, but
Does he have like a real like legit?
yeah, he has like a role in it. He has like lines and everything.
Sounds
Yeah.
Julia Fox or-
Yo, good for him. You know, he had a lot of early in his career, he never did interviews, didn't like do like a lot of music videos because he had a lot of like anxiety and like self-esteem issues. And now like you see him performing, he's acting. Good for him, man. He's he's either overcome his mental health or he is a clone as well.
I just want to
Probably a clone.
I just
We only
want to
can
do.
assume.
I just want to do the thing right before they tried to launch the "This Is It" tour before Michael Jackson died. They were trying to get him to shoot a promo video, and he was just like not having it. And then he just goes, "I hate touring. God, I love to tour."
Yeah.
So sorry, Bruno. We were supposed to be talking about you, but number.
Yeah. Sorry, Bruno. You got overshined again.
But number 2, we're all gonna have a great time with this. Number 2, Despacito by Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber.
Oh.
Let's discuss.
Okay. Open it up. Open up the floor right now.
I'm gonna have them chime in. It's like they got something to say over there.
Seamus is feeling.
Yeah, I listened to that song in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
You know, not my home country, my father's home country. #1 most streamed song of all time by Puerto Rican artists. So, huge year for the island right there.
Okay,
yeah.
nice. I'm happy to hear that.
They
Family's
shot the
doing good.
video in La Perla, which is like a little neighborhood in San Juan. It's like the hood, but it's a very beautiful area.
Nice.
Watch what I'm gonna do.
my
And Bo,
turn.
you were recently in Puerto Rico.
Yes, I was. I was on the beautiful beaches. I'm trying to go back there soon, my friend.
I've never been. Never been.
I have not been either. I don't
should
like
go.
the heat.
Yeah, let's hit it. Let's have a little
But-
mass music.
Oh yeah.
Mass music vacay.
Company trip.
Company
Hey,
trip.
I just signed up for a JetBlue card. You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
do our
Business
shows.
account.
Oh, my nigga, Miles.
We'll
Yep.
shoot the shows on the beach.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sounds-
We'll have to run all the cables, make sure the turtles don't eat them.
Hey.
But
Okay.
No,
so,
they're too busy eating plastic.
yeah, sorry. But Despacito on all the time.
Save the environment.
On all the time.
Oh, I mean, it's still
With
on.
good reason.
It
It was banger.
I mean,
It slaps, as the kids would say.
it smacks, it bangs, it hits, it does it all, man. Any form of
Oh yeah. And here's the thing. Once it became the biggest song, who hopped on the remix?
Was it Drake?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Whoa, wait, so that was a remix.
Yes.
I thought the original song had the Biebs
No.
on. Oh, so the
Original
Biebs.
song was already.
Oh, so the Biebs kind of just gentrified the band. Because I remember he kind of got hate for it. It was like,
Well,
why
here's
is...
the thing. That kind of like
speak in Spanish?
that carried like Latin trap like
Oh, it did.
to the mainstream.
Yes.
Like that song was already a hit in certain areas, but like that was what really brought.
I
it
never
out,
heard it
yeah.
before Justin Bieber was on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the... I mean, I don't know. He probably just wanted to do it like, this is fun. I like this song.
Cultural bridging, you know what I mean?
And it's like, yo, he's... you could hate on all you want, but he's actually helping that culture. Like, he's got a crazy spotlight. Those dudes now, so much... Like, they're good for life, you know what I mean? Like,
And-
that song has made them be able to, you know...
And Daddy Yankee's got gasolina money.
Daddy Yankee made Gasolina? Oh,
Yeah.
he's been around the block. I gotta brush up on my
he,
Latin
like
artists.
he retired 30 years ago. He's all set.
Wow, that is amazing. Yeah.
But Bo brought up Justin Bieber. Do you remember what he did that got everyone mad? What he did was he was singing the song at a club, but he's going Despacito. I don't know the words, so I say burrito. I don't know the words, so I say Dorito. And they told like Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee, and they said, "Hey, it's a very hard song to sing. Lay
He's
off."
probably drinking.
And they probably did. They probably didn't show them the clip of him just like yelling burritos, Doritos.
Yeah, that definitely could come off as a little bit racist. But I mean, wasn't there a Vine that was wicked popular of someone doing that?
What?
Of someone doing the exact thing to like joking around with it. So I was like, maybe he was quoting the Vine.
I
But I
never.
don't know. I don't know the Biebs. I don't know the guy.
I never got on Vine,
Never
so
met the
I wouldn't
guy,
be
so-
able to say.
Ugh,
But
it was the OG TikTok.
yeah, wait. I thought Musically was the OG TikTok.
No, it was like basically I don't know. It's like the concept.
I still use Facebook.
Whoa, I checked that old date out. It's going right to the Russian bots.
Yeah, it's fine. Who cares? what do I have? What do I have?
Streamlining it.
They can have it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But oh boy, number one.
Number uno.
The most popular song of 2017 is "Shape of You" by Ed Sheeran.
Push and pull like a magnet do.
Did you like this song?
I loved this song. I love Ed Sheeran. I think he's a pure-hearted musician. I think he performed this year at the Grammys. And I have a sister, and my sister loves Ed Sheeran, as, stereotypically a lot of girls do. And so she was bumping the album in the car, and I was like, I like this guy. And I saw him perform at the Grammys, and he performed this song, and he had basically like a IKEA, one of those MPCs, and he started playing like the do on that, and then it started playing, and I think he took out his guitar and he played the guitar while he sang, and it was like a serious like artistic spectacle, and he was singing live, like it wasn't lip sync, and I was like, this guy is a real artist. He writes his own music. That song is amazing, man.
I was gonna say, like, it sounds very simple. It's like, did they not even give him the full stage? Did they give him like part of the left stage? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think there was good light work to it too. I mean, some of the fans can look this up, but I don't know. I think that song's amazing. He's an amazing artist. What do you think about it?
I think it's unfair because, the song's fine. I think I just resent it because it was played so often.
Know what it is? This is real millennial.
And it happens all the time with everything. So
I never listen to the
don't come for
radio
me.
ever unless it's mass music. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm never listening to Jam in 94.5 anymore. What is this? I got an aux cord. Why am I gonna listen to 45 minutes of commercials, 15 minutes of the same song when I could just play my own music and be my own DJ? So I don't. So these big songs, I never get tired of them because I really don't listen to them in my car. And if I do, it's like at my own pace. I'm not getting stuffed down my throat with all this music. So I don't ever get sick of these big pop songs. When I like them, I hear them. Well, I mean, when I hear them, I like them. Because yeah.
because I want to listen to them.
Yeah, or I'm at a party and it's not like, oh, this song again. It's like, oh, yeah, this song's cool. I just don't know a lot of the words to the big music nowadays. So.
Yeah, I think I've officially lost track with what's popular now. All I know is Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is cool, dude.
She's younger than me, and I resent her for it. And she's singing the new Bond song, and I don't know how it goes. But if I were to guess, it's gonna be something like, "There's no time to die."
No, it's even lower than that. It's like, "There's no time to die." That's like how she. And yeah, that's probably what the song is. Yeah.
7-second song.
Yeah.
That's it. The whole title sequence is everybody right there.
Whole Vine's worth.
But that's Ed. That's Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. And speaking of those commercials you hate,
Yep.
that's exactly where we're going, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Antonio Agcaoili, host of the Remember When of the 2010's podcast right here on Mass Music Radio. Now, I got a question for you. Do you want to be one of the cool kids? Do you want to get something for your parents that they could never give you? Do you want to be on good terms with your in-laws while your divorce gets finalized? Then boy, do I have something for you. Mass Music Radio merch. We've got hoodies. We've got tees in select varieties and colors. See, that's like a third thing. Not a bunch of places have that. See, not only do you get to look good, you get to feel comfortable, feel fashionable, and support local artists. You get to help Mass Music Radio grow and expand, all because of you. So consider supporting us by going to massmusicradio.com/shop. Plus, if you wear your Mass Music Radio merch, like this one right here, Mass Music runs on Bravo, you get 10% off your order at Bravo Pizza right here in Quincy. So, looks nice, it'll taste even nicer. And welcome back to Remember When in the 2010's. Here is I, and here's Frankie,
Here's thou.
and we are going to, sorry, because it's not that funny, because we're going to talk about the top 5 news stories. So it's 2017. We got to get the elephant in the room out of the way. It was the beginning of the Trump presidency. Now, there was a lot to talk about, but we're only going to, pick around. So I'll just briefly say DACA got rescinded. There was the travel ban. Neil Gorsuch got his way into the Supreme Court. Tensions with North Korea were pretty bad. The Women's March, the Mueller report started out. And probably the funniest thing was, do you remember when there was going to be that solar eclipse? And this, oh my God. So there was a solar eclipse that was happening in America.
In the sky, yeah.
Yeah, logically.
Yeah.
And all the scientists, because for some reason only the scientists have to tell us, they're like, Now make sure you don't look at the solar eclipse because you could go blind. Make sure you purchase these glasses from our website for $40.
Yeah, and it was like a video of him staring right into the sun.
This is so funny. I was at the dentist and I was sitting in the waiting room, and it's like let's go live now to Washington D.C. where the eclipse is about to go over the city. And there's the president on the south lawn. It's Trump comes out, and Melania comes out, and Barron comes out. And they've got their glasses, except Trump doesn't have his glasses. And he's literally looking right up at it going,
yeah, I know. He's squinting.
I'm sitting in my seat going, oh, for God's sakes. Oh, for God's sakes, how we let this happen?
Yeah, I mean,
how the hell would let this happen?
He's definitely a buffoon on Twitter. I know that.
Yeah, he's
an absolute buffoon.
Yeah,
blocked him.
I know. I still follow him because I remember at one point it used to be very funny. It's not funny anymore.
I mean, I'm a big fan of comedy. I'm not gonna lie, guy has some good jokes.
Yep.
I can't deny that. I'll give him that. He's got a little sense of humor. I mean, sometimes I see some stuff and I'm just like, all right, that's too funny. But he doesn't try to be funny. He's just like, he just does some weird stuff. Like, have you seen the video of him like throwing the paper towels? Like, that is the funniest video I've ever seen. Like,
it's also like fucking horrible.
I know, it's also horrible. It's also like horrible if you understand the context.
Died because they didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
Paper towels at their fucking forehead.
I shouldn't laugh at it, and it's way less funnier when you learn the context of it.
Have you seen? It's after the hurricane, he was at a press conference, and he's like, Puerto Rico was massively hit by the hurricane, and Puerto Rico was an island surrounded by water, big water,
big water vibes.
Ocean water, and I'm just all like, oh, Jesus. I mean. But no, I love. Oh my God, when he was throwing the paper towels.
Well, I'll tell you, man. I didn't think the guy was gonna make it. I was like, there's no way he stayed. Like 2017, I remember sitting around saying I'm like, there's no way this guy lasts all 4 years. So I mean,
2 weeks. He's like, I'm done.
Like, I thought he was gonna get I was like, he'll definitely do something that gets him impeached because he clearly was just. I mean, he's basically he says what he wants. And I mean, my friend, I have a buddy who's from Australia, and his dad.
Australia.
Yeah, he's from Canberra, Australia, and his dad is a diplomat. He's like a diplomat for Australia, and he's like in what?
Come on our show.
Yeah.
Talk about the fires.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I know he's literally, but whatever. So basically, like he's talking like his dad says like. All the diplomats, they advise him and they'll be like, yo, do this for like whatever, there's something going on. All his diplomats will advise him to do this, and he'll say, okay, I'll do that. And then he'll just go on Twitter and totally contradict what they told him. And he'll go and then the diplomats, it's bad for thetheir reputation because they'll go around telling Australia that he's gonna do this, we got it, and then he doesn't, and then they look bad. It's like if Bo told me, that he was gonna go shoot the next episode with you, and then I told you, and then Bo didn't come through. I look stupid, Bo.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I trust you, bro.
He would never do that because
trustworthy
I would
man.
Never be able to come in the actual building.
Mass music is trustworthy.
But
you heard it first.
You know what else is trustworthy? Bravo Pizza.
Bravo.
Sorry, we have to usually just throw that out there.
Yeah.
But the Trump presidency, I don't know if it's going to go on for another term. It definitely can if we mess things up, which we are on track to not. But, we'll see what happens with that. We'll look back at...
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's actually... so when they were running, all the Republicans were running, Ben Carson, he's the current he's the current HUD secretary, and he was all like... when he was running against him, he was like, if Trump wins, it's only going to be 4 years, so it's not going to be that bad. And I'm sitting I'm sitting in the car right now, I'm going, I'm not going to give him credit. I'm like, you know what? It could have been much, much worse.
I mean, hey, it didn't get us in any wars.
Oh, we were really close.
But
we got really close.
No cigar, though. I mean, that's one. I'm trying to look I don't know. I don't really know a lot of politics, but.
Yeah, we'll wait on Iran.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in a war right now with Iran?
No, we almost did.
Oh yeah, the World War III stuff with the memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what history is.
Yep. History is just memes.
But let's talk about let's talk about this instead. We'll get back to that. The NFL kneelings. Mm-hmm. They made such a huge deal about it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? It all started back when did do you remember when Colin Kaepernick initially did that? Was that 2015? 2016?
No, man. I think it all went down in 2017.
Was it all 2017?
It was all 2017.
This seems
yeah,
like a multi-year saga.
No, I mean it has been. It's been since 2017, but no, I mean he started that year. Yeah.
Was it really in 2017?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was because, dude, it was
What the hell happened in 2015?
It might have been 2016, but it was like the 2016-17 season that he did that. That was because that was huge immediately. That was not under the radar by any means. You know, it was like he did that and it blew up.
Like I said, everybody was just bitching about it. Like, oh, you get on their knees. Why don't they just stay in the locker room and do that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely created a huge discussion, which is, I mean, my initial take on it is still the one that stands, and I was like, he did what he wanted to do, which was open up the discussion about the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, and police brutality. He opened it up, and he had to be almost like a martyr for that cause, because, you know, whatever, he never got re-signed, and there's debate on that, whether it's about skill, because at the time he was benching, but I think, yeah, I mean, that was a crazy year. I mean, the stuff now, he's still trying to get in the NFL, but this is the problem, is if you're an NFL coach, right, if you want to sign a player as a backup QB, it was like a lot of people like, how can he's better than half the backups, which is true.
I would.
But it's like the same reason why no one wanted Tim Tebow as a backup, because Patriots sign him and he's behind Tom Brady. Do you know how all the media attention is going to swarm over him? Mm-hmm. And that's why someone like Bill Belichick doesn't like that. He doesn't like that distraction. It literally is a locker room distraction from winning football games, which makes total sense because he's become this cultural phenomenon. But I think he was very pure in his intentions, and he opened up the discussion, and I think it was a peaceful protest, you know.
And the thing was, Colin Kaepernick, I think he went up to a Green Beret and he asked, "Hey, I want to do a silent protest to bring to light the issues of police brutality against Black Americans in America. What would be the most respectful way to do it?" And the Green Beret said, "Just take a knee."
Yeah.
Just take a knee, and that's what he did. And you were talking about how like it started a conversation. I don't even think it was able to the actual conversation of police brutality in America. I think the idea of having that conversation was just stifled so much by the whole like anti-Americanism that was just being lobbed at anybody who took the knee, who put their head down, or like cross their arms, or like jointing arms.
People definitely they bent his intentions. It's like they made it seem like he was disrespecting veterans. Yeah. It's like, and if you asked him that question, he would be like, "No, it's no disrespect to veterans, utmost respect." You know, but
liar.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely twisted his intentions. It was never about it's never about disrespecting, you know, soldiers, and and I think that's one thing I do not like when people disrespect, like you see it on like Twitter a lot. People disrespect soldiers, and they'll be like, "Oh, they're war," they blame them for like these wars and stuff. But like,
when they're not blaming the managers, they're blaming the floor workers. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, it's literally like, dude, I think that is very unfair. So, dude, like on Twitter, like people were calling like people like boots on the ground soldiers like terrorists. Which, from like maybe like a Middle Eastern perspective, they are, but it's like these are not the people. Like most kids I know who join the army and are serving, dude, they did it because they needed a way out. Like they said, "Hey, we'll give you somewhere to live, stay, we'll pay you money." These kids do it. Most of our boots on the ground soldiers come from low economic backgrounds, and it's like, dude, these guys are just pawns. If you know anything about chess, they are not making the moves. They're not like, "Hey, I think I'm just gonna go to Iran and get some oil." No, They're getting told that by these, these billionaires, and these politicians. They have nothing to do with it. So
On top of that, the average income of a new Army private, you know how much it is?
No.
$19,000. They make poverty wages. They live on the base, and if they get out, they're supposed to get the free college. Hopefully get the free college. Hopefully they spend it on a nonprofit institute. They spend it on place that's going to use it, and then they get TRICARE, and hopefully they get to stay on TRICARE because they like to take away TRICARE too.
Yeah, we treat our veterans like crap. It's like support the troops until they get out, and then let's just not. And then it's backwards. We spend a lot of money on the military, and our actual soldiers don't reap any of the benefits. It's all about these arms manufacturers. They're the ones benefiting from all these things, and the oil companies, not the actual people, and not the actual citizens.
And you said you didn't know anything about politics.
Nah, I don't know anything about the the day-to-day stuff, but I know what I know.
That's all one needs to know. And briefly on this, because I know we're lingering on this, do you think Colin Kaepernick would want to go back to the NFL anyway? Because if I were him and I just been jaded by the entire community, and now they want me back, I'm just like, nah, I'm all set. I think that's just up to my preference, but do you think his love for the sport would have him come back anyway? Because one, he's got to find a place that'll take him, and two, he's got a good stream of income coming in right now. He's got all these sports deals,
Nike money,
and he's got all the money. A lot of the money he makes, he goes to charity, and he's a spokesman. He's a speaker, very stand-up guy.
Yeah,
he's doing what you're supposed to do after you've already been in the NFL for at least 7 years.
He's clearly made a career shift from that moment on, and I don't know. It boils down to his passion for the game. His one true love still may be football. It seems like he still wants to play. So if that is where he finds, his bliss and his flow, then football might be the answer. But, he probably used to be in this question himself. He's been trying to get back in the league for the last 3 years. Is it even worth it if he does, because he's going to get so much attention, and it's going to be a different experience, if he does come back. It's not going to be Colin Kaepernick playing football. It's going to be he is representative of this whole movement, and it'll be a total straining, because he'll be under, media presence every day, where in his normal life he's not. He's not he is a known face, but he's not like a full-blown celebrity. He can probably walk into a mall and, not get totally recognized right away.
I think I might, if he keeps his big old hair, because that's it is.
This is kind of I don't know, but on the Colin Kaepernick thing too, what do you think about him getting signed to Nike?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Someone brought up a really good point on that, and maybe we'll end on that point and we'll move on. It involves the corporations. So he did get signed with a Nike deal, and the corporations have decided to invest their money into Colin Kaepernick because that's where they think the money is.
That's what I'm saying. It's
the money isn't with the detractors. The money is with the young people who back Colin Kaepernick. And a lot of these corporations are kind of leftward leaning now because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
They want to grab the new generation going up. So what little bones they can throw, they'll throw them.
Well, yeah, that's the reason why. Nowadays everyone complains about capitalism, but that's right there is the reason why capitalism really does work, because the power is literally truly in the hands of the people. We are the market. So we dictate what the market will create. So now if you're noticing, right, we're demanding more environmentally holistic practices of food production. That's why Trader Joe's has gotten so big in the last couple of years, and now you're seeing Stop and Shop and all these things. Now they're implementing reusable bags and all these.
I love my reusable bags.
Well, even these small things like the straws, because we're becoming our environmental consciousness as a people, as the masses, has been raised. So now the market is shifting in order to adapt to that shift. So whereas socialism, right? That is a decentralized form of power. It's we decide what the market still has power, but we decide the market. Where if you just like people who are just like socialists and stuff, which is like a real thing. People are bubbling up, like full blown, not like democratic socialists, like real like neo-Marxist, communists.
Capital S.
Yeah, and they're like down with communism.
Rose on the lapel. Every time we talk about socialism, I just remember the one scene from Downton Abbey with the youngest daughter, whose name I don't remember. She's in the car with the driver, and he literally just turns around, and she goes, So what are you? And then he turns around and goes, oh, well, I'm a socialist. He's just driving like that. And I'm all like, for the longest time, I thought a socialist was a prostitute. Because, let me explain. Because
Kinda.
social, to be social, to know everyone, and an ist, a profession, so... yeah.
Would it be funny if Bernie Sanders was a prostitute?
Prostitutes for Bernie. Yeah, honestly, I think
I'm sure there
on
is.
the topic of politics, we should totally legalize sex work.
Definitely.
100%. It's a victimless crime,
It is.
and we would make it so much more safer. Like if we made laws and regulations around it, like dude, it's not going anywhere. It's like that will the more you and it's backed by data. The more you suppress sex work, the more it actually it creates more of a black market for
Human
it.
trafficking.
Human
No,
trafficking.
that's what it is for everything.
Oh yeah,
by the way,
100%. Yeah, I mean,
agree.
yeah,
I'm
you
not
can't.
staying silent.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can't suppress anything. You have to integrate it. It's all about healthy integration. It's not going anywhere. So you have to make it a legal practice and set a lot of regulations around it so the women are safer, because at the end of the day, these women are the victims of this victimless crime. And we could just tax the shit out of it. Instead of just turning it into this crime, this sad thing, you could just tax it, put it back on the roads. Now there's no potholes on my street, you know?
Keep in mind, we were talking about football at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Let's move back. Let's try this one again. It happened in November of 2017. It was the Las Vegas massacre. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It's
brutal.
one of the worst ones, right?
It is the worst one. I
Yeah,
think.
statistically, right?
I think. Well, because over the decade, we talked about another mass shooting in the first episode, and at that mass shooting was at the time the most deadly in the United States, and then another one happened, which will happen in another episode, and then this one just became the most brutal mass shooting in American history.
Yeah.
So, if you remember what happened was it a country music festival? Was it
Some
festival?
type of like open festival. A lot of
It was an
people
open
congregated.
festival on the Strip, and basically, I remember watching the footage because people were at the event and they were like recording whoever was performing. It did sound just like firecrackers.
Yeah.
Just like clack, 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 and I'm like, oh, what's that? And then people, were getting killed, and then everybody was just like, just pure absolute terror, and it was oh god. And did you see the footage of the guy who did it? When he checked into his hotel, he just had like these huge, massive bags and suitcases.
And no one was like, hey.
The thing is, though, that's what worries me because, when people come to hotel, they must be traveling. They must have big suitcases. So they have like the good intentions, but oh my god. I remember this is a very Tony story. This is at the time I was writing for the Hofstra Chronicle, and I was writing an article on how now is the time for gun reform. And at the time, and I literally said this in the first episode, I thought at the end of the Vegas massacre, everything was going to change. I thought, no, we can't go on after this.
Yeah, like
this
that
has
was
to be it. This has to
tipping
be.
point,
Look at
like,
all these poor people
something's gotta change.
that didn't make it. And I didn't end up finishing the article because I must have been busy. And I read the issue, and someone was writing about an article. Someone had taken my spot on the thing, which was fine because I didn't get to submit anything. And it was a girl's father was at the thing. He was at the place where the shooting happened, and she literally just copied and pasted the texts back and forward between like her and her dad during like the whole, because he was like hiding. He was like trying to hide from all the bullets.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It was real tough.
Oh my god.
And I
man.
think, oh geez, there's so many. And I really can't think of anything more other than say about it is just that, there's going to be another one eventually.
Well, you know what? The problem is what you're talking about with gun reform, right? what is like what makes America America on the global scale?
McDonald's.
Well, I was gonna say our economy.
Yeah, you can laugh at that.
Our economy.
Yeah,
Would you
McDonald's.
agree? Yeah. So our number one export in America is our arms, is our our weapon manufacturing is our number one export. It's like you're going up against to try to get gun reform. It's like going up against literally the number one resource of money making for America. So that's like so you just know. And everyone knows how much money is in politics now.
Oh, yeah.
So trying to get something like that move through is just like it's an uphill battle for sure. You're going to get some real players.
The way the drops fall, the way the marbles or whatever thing is, it's the weapons companies. They fund these gun groups, the NRA, for example. They fund them, and then they use their lobbying arm of the NRA to purchase the politicians on both sides.
Oh yeah.
On both sides, they're mainly leaning one way, but they purchase on both sides. If you get like a Democrat from Montana, like you got them. Like
I mean you can't just get rid of guns. You cannot. You can't. And that sounds it might not be around here. It's different, but dude, there is. Old woman, right? She lives on a ranch in Montana.
Yeehaw.
She wants to call 911. The 911 won't get there for 30 minutes.
No,
40
literally.
minutes. Seriously.
Literally.
Someone's trying to break into her house. She needs protection right there. Seriously, that's just how it goes. Places like that, keep weapons. One thing, get rid of bump stocks. Like automatic assault weapons,
Yeah.
get rid of them. Get rid of those ones. But to get rid of guns completely and utterly would just do exactly what we were talking about with the sex work. It would be a suppression of them, and it would just make the black market flourish. And then you're just not going to be protected against the bandits who have them. And believe me, they will have them. You can't get rid of them. And also, it's so deeply rooted in American history, the right to bear arms, that extricating that from something that is so deeply resonant with the American spirit is just nearly impossible.
You brought this up, and this was actually very instrumental to what happened in Las Vegas. Was you brought up the bump stocks? I never heard of a bump stock until that happened.
Yeah.
And you know what it is. You brought it up.
Yeah, it just makes you be able to shoot like an insane amount of bullets.
Yeah, it's a spring, and when it goes back, it goes to the trigger goes to your finger, and it just back and forward. It's a really incredible machine if that's what you're into. But they said we're gonna ban bump stocks. Oh, they couldn't even do that.
I know. Well,
they couldn't even do that.
Massachusetts has been pretty good. Like you have to make the regulations around bump stocks should be totally illegal, like they are in Massachusetts, and then also to actually get a gun should be a total process. Like there's places in the United States you go to. Walmart sells guns in the South.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get a gun, you just go pull up. Hey, what's up, brother? You pay and you leave.
Yeah, at the window.
You literally, I know. There's like drive-through gun shops. I mean, obviously that's a joke, but
but if you're looking to come up with something,
if you need a new business idea, but no, I mean,
don't name it after me. It's gonna screw me over.
I mean, dude,
20 years.
People are just pretty imbalanced. People, on the right, they're just like, no, they're not touching our guns. It's like, okay. And then on the left side, they're just saying get rid of them all. There is a middle way to it. You have to get rid of bump stocks, make regulation around it tougher in more highly populated areas. Like you do not need a gun in a metro area. If you're living in the city of Boston, you do not need a gun, maybe a pistol.
I don't know, man.
In your house,
those raccoons are vicious.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of those racks around, but you don't need it. I mean, maybe a pistol, but that's about it. I mean, you call the cops, they're gonna get there in minutes. You're surrounded by people. It's just a totally different ball game when you're living in a way less populated area in places like the Midwest and like a ranch.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to solve the gun crisis here, but if it were to be my way...
I don't take any of my word for it. Never even shot a gun.
Oh, I have.
And I also don't really know as much as I might.
I have. And you know what? I'm very good at it. Agcaoilis are natural shots, but I do have a solution.
I'll tell you, if we get rid of guns, I got to shoot one first. So just let me know when they're about to get rid of them, and I got to... hit the gun range.
But here's the solution right here. You ready?
Chopper won't
Here's the
miss.
solution. You tax munitions and accessories. Give them a sin tax. No one will buy them. That's it. No bullets.
Tax.
No bullets. You gotta get no bullets.
Yeah,
That's it.
for sure.
Solved it.
Hey,
You're welcome.
Dude, wasn't 2017 the year that?
that's it.
I like it.
That's it.
Dude,
That's
wasn't-
literally all you have to do.
Wasn't 2017 the year that weed was legalized in Massachusetts?
No, that was 2016.
I think it was 2017.
Oh, 2016. We voted for it, and then it
Yeah.
got implemented.
We
In
puffing
January 2017.
That herb. Hey.
And we have not looked back since.
Hey, now we puffing that herb on that legal vibe.
I voted for it because I hate mandatory minimum sentencing. Like I don't smoke, so enjoy
I mean, dude.
my gift to you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, just victimless crimes. Like, I don't care. You're not hurting anyone but yourself. Give people sovereignty. You know.
Well, you're hurting me if you're standing right next to me. Like, come on. I'd like.
Come on, give me a puff.
I'm outside for fresh. I'm outside for fresh air for a reason. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 2. We spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
actually
see.
we have.
So we have number 2. It's the hashtag #MeToo and Time's Up movements.
Yeah. What about it?
That's when it started. That's when it started.
Yeah, okay.
I will say, the woman who invented the hashtag #MeToo, she actually went to my school. Like, she wasn't a student. She like spoke at my school. It'd be a lot more impressive if I went, but I didn't go.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
made it sound like it was like she was a class.
I sat down with her. We had a wonderful conversation, but no. And a lot of people in the public lexicon, we now have the phrase "been me too'd."
Yeah.
We have everyone. Feel free to cut in, guys. So, Bo, you turn on that microphone. We're just gonna name the list of men and women who have been me too'd. Ready? Charlie Rose.
Harvey
Cosby.
Weinstein.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, Cosby. Cosby might have been before.
Russell Simmons.
James Franco.
Did he?
Yeah.
Franco? Really?
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. That's a big one. He's
yeah,
jerking
Louis.
off in front of chicks.
Yep.
Oh, they're not gonna know what we just said.
Isn't this gonna be played on like Quincy Access Television?
Well,
like,
that part won't.
like I'm like, dude.
Online exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, Morgan Freeman for a little bit, but then we forgave him.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah,
if,
we did.
Larry David.
no. Did he actually? What did he do?
No, it's part of his new season.
Oh, new season occurred. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's rocking the MAGA.
Oh, what else? Oh, Casey Affleck.
Really?
Yeah.
Casey Affleck. Yep.
He shot one of the best commercials last year. I think it was last year. The Donkeys commercial.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
spikes it off the windshield.
No, that wasn't even a commercial. That was an SNL
well,
skit.
The worst of all of them, I think, was Larry Nassar, the USA gymnastics coach.
Oh, Larry Nasser.
Yeah.
That guy. Fuck that guy. Oh, sorry. I don't like that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
You know what? I don't care. This will be the online exclusive. Judy Gold, who's an amazing comedian, she made this joke, and I love it. It's Sarah Huckabee Sanders is so gross that even Larry Nasser was, I don't care if your back hurts, get the fuck out of my office.
Damn.
Yeah. One joke I liked. One joke I liked. Wait, you were gonna say something.
I think we forgot about the biggest one. Fucking Sorry. I keep swearing.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Yeah,
That's
no.
probably the biggest one out of everyone.
2017.
Nah, he was probably the second.
But
biggest.
we're talking Me Too. That's
Nah, dude, the biggest Me Too was Harvey
It
Weinstein.
was Harvey Weinstein
Yeah.
because of
He
how
was the biggest.
He
bro.
was the seed of the movement. I feel
He
like.
was
Yeah.
he was like one of the worst because he had his, pardon the pun, he had his fingers in everything. Stop.
Shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's why I had to say mind the pun because you knew it was coming.
Right.
Oh my god, no! But he would literally. I'll talk about Salma Hayek. When Salma Hayek was filming the movie Frida about Frida Kahlo, it was like basically like it's like her passion project. She's like, I want to get this movie done. I want to get this movie done.
Yeah.
And he would prey on her all the time. He literally said, I want to have a lesbian sex scene in this movie. She's like, why? There's nothing to do with anything. Well, I want it in the movie or I'm pulling out. Stop.
Pause.
Okay, good. But
That's awful.
But oh my no, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein was one of the worst of the worst, and that came up.
You
to
don't
the,
want Harvey Weinstein to pull out. Of a movie.
Mic
Of
drop.
a movie.
It took them
He's
this.
a producer, you creep. Yeah, creep, Shamus, get your mind out the gutter, man.
Sorry.
It's talking about a movie.
So we're gonna play
Kids gross.
we're gonna play
Jesus, that mind's dirty.
we're gonna play the clip of me making that same exact joke 2 minutes before. But then that gave way to the Time's Up movement, which is a Time's Up. No more of that, because I remember at the Oscars that year, everyone had the Time's Out pin.
Yeah, no more of that.
Yeah. The question is now, in
Stopping that.
contemporary 2020, has it worked for the better? I think it has, because even though a lot of celebrities, that's who we think about, it's mainly about like the girls who work at the diner who's getting like felt up by the boss, or a babysitter who's babysitting the wealthy kids at the
wealthy kids.
yeah, at the tech giant's
Can't trust
house.
them, yeah. No, I mean, 100%, like, it's done a lot of good. It's kind of just raised our public conscience on, like, certain, like, little stuff.
Please come forward. We'll believe you.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, after due process. I mean, that's,
of
well,
course.
that's, I think, dude.
We'll hear you out at least.
Yeah, we'll give you the
We will
time.
make sure you won't be punished for coming clean.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's the worst.
yeah, I mean, dude.
Nasty people do that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, here, I think we definitely, like I said, it's done a lot of good. It's done a lot of good. It got a lot of people out of positions of power that were misusing their power. Kind of highlighted, because a lot of times, like, even, like, things like catcalling, like, you don't realize how detrimental that can be to a woman, you know, because they, get scared. So, I mean, I'm a guy, so I can't really speak to this shit. But, oh, God. But I know that it's done a lot of good in that sense. But at the same time, it's definitely done. It's definitely had some negative impacts. I would say the whole thing, like what you said, there was like a movement like believe all women. It's like, really, all women? I mean, come on. Well, are we just gonna forget about all those girls in the South saying they were raped by black guys who got killed for it for those hundreds of years?
Emmett Till.
Yeah, literally, we just gonna believe all women? No, you gotta. It's after due process, and we have to get to the core of truth. We will definitely hear you out, and we will go forward, but
And
at
we'll
the end
try
of
to
the
protect. We'll protect you.
and
to make sure you can tell
and
your
we'll
story.
treat it like the most real thing ever. But come on, man, we can't just that's just complete one-sided uniformity, and that's too extreme. At the end of the day, you always have to take things you have to take something balanced, and you got to get to the core of it, and you have to keep due process.
And I will add to that point, it happens as often to men as it does to women.
Really? Is that statistical? I mean, yeah,
No, well, I don't know if it's 50-50.
making it up, but
I don't know it's 50-50, but it happens to men too, and men, we want you to come forward too. We won't think any less of you.
well, yeah,
Please do.
I mean,
You're doing a lot of good by coming forward.
no, and one thing too is what I was gonna say is,
This is our last point, then we'll move on.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely kind of, it's the lines are like blurring. I feel like it's like the lines are blurring between, okay, I'm going to try to, this is one of the biggest faults. It's like, okay, I want to approach this girl. I want to, go through, I want to try to.
You gotta be very cautious about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's created a lot of, like, tension in between, gender communication, because it's like, like, this girl's fine, I want to go hit on her, but it's like, yeah, I mean, there's definitely the extreme of, like, going up and, doing something totally inappropriate. Yeah, you can't be doing that, but things can be. The issue with it is like, what are the criteria? What are the guidelines? There's people getting quote unquote canceled. Also, internet culture. That was actually my initial point. Is internet culture. You can get canceled, culturally canceled, and they can try to ruin your life, do things like doxing. And it's like, we haven't even gone to the bottom of the issue. Johnny Depp, dude, his girlfriend accused him of beating her, and the internet assassinated him, threw dirt in his name. He was supposed to be in a movie with like one of J.K. Rowling's movies, and they took him out of it. He almost wasn't allowed to be in it, and And it ended up turning out that actually his girlfriend was the one abusing him,
Mm-hmm.
beating him all the time, and she lied to everyone to make him look like the bad guy. And it's
right.
just like the internet's like, we're sorry. It's like, dude,
Damage is done.
we're the internet. We're too quick to respond. Like we need to learn how to use the internet in a real, be less reactive and more responsive.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to put it.
So we're going to move on to the last news story, which was quite to put it nicely, epic disaster of what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia, over the summer of 2017. What do you remember the most from that day? Like, we weren't there, but 2017, you're in high school.
Yeah.
So what were you going into your senior year?
No, I was going into freshman year of college.
Okay, so yeah, you were still pretty young.
Was
So-
that the guys with like the tiki torches and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
White power stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Yeah, they were all yelling.
Nazis. They were
they were
Klansmen.
Nazi bastards. Yeah. But yeah, they were yelling, "Jews will not replace us." They were chanting "blood and soil," which is an old Nazi thing. And I remember it initially started out as the reason why they were in Charlottesville was because they were going to take down a Confederate monument that was in the town.
Oh, okay.
And then it just went downhill from there. Like, it initially started as like a small, like I wouldn't say regular, just like a don't take down the monument, don't take down. And then they're all like these white nationalists and these far right guys like, hey, let's go there, let's join them, make a stand. And they just and then the counter protesters heard about it, and it just clashed.
Dude.
What I remember the most from that day, it wasn't even that day. It was the night after. It was the night after it was all over, and I was just sitting in my room, and I don't like to use this word because I don't think I merit it, going off of other people's experiences. But I think as a nation, it was a traumatizing experience, because we're America. We beat the Nazis, and now they're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember back in World War II, I don't know if you guys know this, but in World War II, there was a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden for people who sympathize with the German cause in Madison Square Garden, New York City. And there's the Nazi flag, and for some reason there was a big painting of George Washington, because they're like, oh, George Washington was a Nazi, and I'm all like, well, I'm not sure.
Georgie Wash was the OG Nazi.
I go, well, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, no.
But it was just incredibly traumatizing, especially, having that car just smash through all those poor people. And Heather Heyer was killed. And the unrelated helicopter crash, it was like two cops. They were in a helicopter, and then they lost control, and then they crashed. They lost their lives. And I just remember seeing like a lot of counter protesters just getting just beat by these
yeah, there's a lot of violence.
Gonna make me swear, beat by these monsters.
Yeah,
monsters are the worst of us, and it just made me think that I've lost a lot of faith in America that we allowed it to happen. But I don't want to take up all the oxygen.
No, I mean, that was an awful, awful, awful day in American history. I mean, clearly, that was just terrible. I mean, what can you say about it? These people are just projecting all their like hate onto other. It's like, dude, I don't know. It's just sad. That's all I can. I can't even articulate. I just know it's a very bad thing. And it's like these people, to be that angry about someone else, all they just see is all like they're putting their own inadequacies with themselves and all their anger they feel towards themselves on this other group of people. It's literally just, hey, we're putting it onto you. You know what I mean? They're just projecting it on this other group of people, like people of color, whatever it may be. Like, and
let me tell you what made it worse.
Yeah.
Well, besides the whole actual event, it was the response of the president. I remember exactly what happened because I was watching the news, and it was I forgot where it was, but for some reason, we know exactly why. Ben Carson, Elaine Chao, and then Steve Mnuchin, they walked out first, and then Donald Trump walked in, and he stood in front of them, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're doing, you piece of trash. He's putting minorities behind him to be like, no, everything's fine. And then later he said, there are good people on both sides. I'm just like, oh, geez, there's no saving this guy. He will do anything to hold on to that base. But you know what? To make you feel better, do you remember what happened? I think it was a couple days or a couple of weeks afterwards. So there was supposed to be another rally, Unite the Right rally in Boston. Do you remember that? There was supposed to be another one in Boston a couple weeks later. And then the counter protesters, there were thousands of them.
Really?
There were thousands of them, all surrounding in Boston. There's thousands of them. They're all marching, and there was like 12 Unite the Right people.
Yeah, I mean.
So I'm not that worried. We beat them once.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's America's in a crazy time right now. I mean, this is all I know. It's like really all we know. But it's like, dude, even older people talking about it, 40, 50 years old, they're like, America is in a really weird space. And it's reflected in, like, our political discourse. Like, it's like no one's talking anymore. It's arguing. It's me versus you. It's my side versus your side. We're not talking. There's no communication going on. We're getting so much more polarized politically. There's just so much extremes on both sides. I mean, I sound like Trump now, but they're definitely, the Nazis are awful people. They're actually terrible people. Those guys are complete scumbags. And the fact that they feel like the kind of like almost like the confidence or the reassurance that they can do.
Oh,
these
no,
things.
we're right. No, we're right. This is our country.
Yeah.
Walking around like a bunch of doofuses.
Yeah, I mean,
Tiki torches? Are you kidding me? They got tiki torches.
man, these people they're real people. That is
But you
crazy.
know what? As I said,
That is
we
crazy.
beat them once, and we'll beat them again. I think we'll close the book on that.
Yeah, we'll beat them. We'll
Yeah.
beat these Nazis.
Oh, we did. Easy.
Oh, and like World War II.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not like freaking 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Actually,
I was like, when did we beat them?
This was 3 years ago. I'm
dude,
sorry.
imagine if there was like a Civil War II in this decade.
Don't get it. Oh, don't. Oh,
That'd be crazy.
that's
Yo,
what
I
they
honestly
want.
think like I think it would be good. It would be healthy.
well.
QP versus G-Town.
Yeah, yeah. How's next? How's next fighting for
our
G-Town?
forefathers.
We're the Allied powers, bro. We got that. We got the Navy. We're gonna sail into QP.
Blow up the bridge.
Imagine we blow up.
We're
the
gonna
dude.
storm Wollaston Beach.
It's like it's like D-Day. Yeah, I mean, dude, I think it'd be healthy, quick, be good for the nation, be healthy. Civil War. No, I'm just kidding. Just get it. It's like it's like a fight with your spouse. You gotta get out of you. No, but honestly, dude, I could totally see like in the future, and change is painful. Like this would actually suck to live through. But like if I wasn't like a part of this, like kind of taking a step back, it's like I think it would be better for America to like almost divide and like kind of have a civil war and then maybe become like a bunch of different separate countries. It's almost like we're too different, right? Like there's so much like it's crazy. It's just crazy. Like
Nah, man, we gotta unify.
we do have to unify.
We got states for that.
Yeah, we got states. I
Come
don't know. We're
together.
big, bro. We are huge.
Right now.
We're huge. We're huge. Like I don't
Of
know.
me.
Hey.
Either way, I'm cool. America for the win. I'm a patriot.
All I know is that if there is a civil war and we're losing, and Massachusetts, we're going to be the last ones hit because we're all the way over here.
Yes.
But let's move on to happier things. And I know you turned that mic on, Bo, and
Let's
Shamus, you get
get
over there. I know
happy.
we want to talk about all these high quality memes coming up.
Let's
Oh,
get
yeah.
The
memes.
top, I say this very loosely, the top 5 memes, and I say 5, there's a good bit in here that we could just talk about very briefly, and this is compiled from Thrillist. So, number 5, these are memes that I put that are still in circulation, which means I think memes that we still use commonly. Distracted boyfriend.
Distracted. Oh.
It's
yeah, looking
that one.
back.
Always
Yeah.
looking back.
Yeah.
Yeah, always can. Those can always come in handy.
that's classic.
That's one that never leaves. Like, it's not. It's just too good.
Still around.
It's great because it's like a stock photo too.
yeah.
Like someone just.
Anyone can use it, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Memes are so creative. Like, it's so crazy because memes are like they're literally just how like we've translated humor onto the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, the internet is so new. It's like the most like it's changing humanity at like an
Unprecedented rate, dude.
unprecedented rate. That was the word I was looking for. Thank
Yeah,
you, Bo.
gotcha.
Take the word right out of my mouth. Nah, and it's like it's been like what 30 years and like 15, like 10 were social media, and now it's like
Just about, yeah.
yeah, like dude,
Maybe a little more.
yeah, I mean, and memes, and we're watching them. They are like evolving too. They're getting so much more complex, meta, and like really weird. Like I saw this
Yeah.
one of just like a refrigerator with like a mouth, and it was like Abin, and it was like in some weird like font like carrots.
Well-
and it was like I died laughing, and it made no sense. And I was just like,
Bo was there, and we did talk about the evolution of memes because in 2012, I think that's when the golden age of memes were.
Yeah.
This is
that's like
back when
Pepe,
that-
Dale,
Yeah, that's when. No, it was like Bad Luck Brian. It was
Bad Luck Brian. Those
all
were
the
like
Just images.
those were
images
like the root,
with the
yeah,
text.
yeah.
Like, and they have evolved because of all the stuff we have on here.
Yeah.
And like mocking SpongeBob. It's where.
SpongeBob is yeah, or he is Sponge Garlic.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, looking around like
I'll never not love that.
yeah. I mean SpongeBob's definitely been at like the core of like a lot of memes, bro.
Meme culture.
They were like they were like meme culture before memes, man. Because I think a lot of like our generation's humor was definitely influenced by that show. That was the biggest cartoon of an entire decade.
Still is.
And we all and I mean
Yeah.
yeah, but I wouldn't say it's at its cultural. Well, it's in a different way now. In terms of the internet, it's still there, but like I'm talking like it's that show was like the biggest cartoon. It's definitely not the biggest now. It's totally different thing now.
But
Because
like it still carries with our generation.
oh yeah, I mean in the
Those
same.
first 3 seasons. I have those first 3 seasons on DVD, and you pop
I
them
do
in.
too. I do too. It's mad funny.
You pop them in, you're gonna get a joke that you have not understood for a good 20 years.
And you're gonna laugh, dude. That show was like it was the first cartoon to actually work for both parents and adults. That's why
Yeah.
it was so revolutionary.
You watch it together, yeah.
Yeah, like parents could watch it and laugh. Like I
Rip
mean,
Steven Hillenburg.
it was
by the way.
it was and no seriously, and it was really it was a good humor. It wasn't just like like
good, mostly clean humor.
it wasn't
too.
slapstick
Like
humor.
our show.
It was actually it's like so after season 4 that's when Steven Hillenburg left, and I stopped watching it as a kid because I was like you could see. And you could go back and watch this. Anyone watching could, and you can see like how much it downgrades.
Stop watching our show. Go watch.
Stop
season
watching
4 of
our show
SpongeBob,
and go watch
And you
season
tell
4
us what the
SpongeBob.
difference is.
All right,
You leave a comment below and you tell us how different it is.
you tag Steven Hillenburg. Oh, actually, RIP. But
Be rolling over his grave.
yeah, I know, right? He'd be happy because he had nothing to do with season 4. Because season 3, in between season 3 and 4, they shot the movie, and he said, "I want to stop the show, and I'll do the movie, and then we'll end it." And then he walked away, but they continued it without him. But it's like, dude, that's like Apple without Steve Jobs. I mean, Apple, they're not innovating nearly as much as the rate they were with him.
How dare you? We have AirPods.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
I don't. I have wires.
I mean, I don't.
Too broke for that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that was a bad example, but it's like, you're losing, like,
Yeah.
dude, SpaceX loses Elon Musk. You're losing the guy.
Oh, of
Literally,
course.
the engine of it. We lost the engine of SpongeBob. So, but dude, that show was smart humor. And yeah, we watched it as a kid. We all digested it. #1 show in the country for all these kids, and now we're older and we run the internet, and it's like there's really
Oh yeah, came right back around.
yeah. Now it's in its second life through memes.
So number 4, for some reason I guess I couldn't decide on which one to talk about. So I'll just list them off, and then you just whatever you want to talk about, I'll build off of that. We have the Romp Hymns,
Funny.
the Snapchat Hot Dog, and Salt
Classic.
Bay.
And Salt Bay. I would say the biggest one out of these was definitely Salt Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salt Bay was huge.
Didn't he get canceled for something really dumb, or did he like beat his wife or something? Like I don't know if he did. Like I thought he got canceled for something. I don't know what.
I
it was.
don't
that I
know.
know of.
I
Like
mean,
he was a Turkish nationalist. Like I literally have no idea. I don't even. Maybe he didn't get canceled after all. Maybe I just smoked.
I don't know about
this.
this guy's, his domestic abuse history, but I do know.
Maybe he doesn't have it
I
at all.
do know he can sprinkle some glamorous salt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing with the old salt minerals. He's got some.
That was a great Halloween costume the whole year.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, that guy, he's cool. You should see him, like, the way he cuts the meat. Like, dude, I mean, his restaurant, whatever he owns, must be popping
Loaded,
out.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, you can tell by like,
Especially after 2017, when Salt Bay became a thing, it's like, hey, isn't that the guy who works at the place down the street? We're going.
no, like his whatever.
Extra salt,
I mean,
please.
he had New York Times articles written about him. Like his restaurant obviously got way more business, and I probably got good business before. You know, the guy seems like.
Well, now it's got better business.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. The power of memes.
Memes is making the lives of everybody better.
Yeah, it's
So we got number 3. Oh boy, put the kids away. Do you remember the phrase "right in front of my salad"?
No.
No.
No. What is this?
Okay, so this is why I told you to put the kids away. So there was how do I put this? Because a lot of people I know watch the show. There's two gentlemen in the kitchen, and they were copulating. You know, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
They were copulating, and one of the gentlemen's wife came in, and she was eating a salad prepared by one of the gentlemen. And as they were doing what they were doing, the woman's eating the salad, and she realizes, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here?
What's going on?
And then she looks and sees what's happening behind the counter, and she goes, really? Right in front of my salad? You guys are gross. And then she gets up and leaves. And I just remember people, really anytime, like, you would, like, I'm just going off my personal perspective, anytime you tell someone, like, bad news, like oh man, I have like you tell someone bad news and just go, really, right in front of my salad.
Now that's a great way to come back to some bad news. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm saying it with like a total straight face, like that's funny. No, that seems like a funny meme. I
don't know. I didn't catch that.
I wasn't there for that. I think I missed that Twitter day, but
blame Thrillist.
I was out sick on that day.
All right, now these two we can go in for. So number 2 is. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Catch Me Outside. How about that?
Oh,
that chick from Dr.
Classic.
Phil.
That was a
Whack.
huge
So,
one. Yeah.
She's got quite the career now.
Isn't
if
she
I'm not
like-
mistaken.
all over
Wait,
the
what?
place.
Her name's like Bad Baddie, right?
No clue.
Is it?
No
It
clue.
Definitely is.
Shamus would know.
Bad Baddie. That's the girl with the.
That's his girl.
Catch Me Outside. That's your girl. Yeah.
Catch Me Outside, girl. I think it's Bad
Bad
Baddie.
Beatty or Baddie?
It has to be Baddie, right?
Bad Baddie.
I don't know. I know who you're
That's
talking about.
that's a bad name.
Bucky McBad or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's Baddie, yeah.
Okay. I will. Okay. The thing I'll say about this meme, right? I didn't like this meme. It was corny.
Yeah.
It was because it was all like the same. Because like I like a meme that can be really, you can get creative with it. Like the sponge guy, right? It's like this guy. Like you can do so many captions. Catch Me Outside. How about that? Was always like when somebody says they don't like, Game of Thrones. Like it was always like someone says something you don't like, and then Catch Me Outside. There's no discretion there.
Right.
No creativity.
There was a lot of gold with the other stuff of the interview. So Dr. Phil was all like, so you're saying that your mom is a hoe bag? And then she's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
she is.
she a hoe
And you
bag.
know what, Dr. Phil? You are too.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I mean,
that's not
if
nice.
we-
She's
I
not
don't know if
wrong,
she actually
though.
said that.
honestly, Dr. Phil kind of is a hoe bag. If we're being
Yeah, if we're being real, she's not wrong.
Yeah, and we're digging deep here, but I mean, I would say yeah, that was a pretty legit meme. I mean, you have to respect her because she converted the juice to the sauce. She's still like you know what that means?
Well, I know that sometimes if you use like a juice and you thicken it up, it becomes a sauce. Like when cooking.
No.
I cook. Ladies, I cook.
It's kind of like this idea of like juice lasts in your fridge for a couple days. It's quick in and out, 15 seconds of fame. The sauce lasts a long time. So
Gotcha.
So like Fetty Wap, he had the juice,
It's the blow.
but he's gone now.
Yep.
Where
bye.
Jay-Z, he's got the sauce. He's been around since 1993. So that's the difference. When you got the sauce, So what I'm saying is this girl converted her juice, her 15 seconds of fame through the Catch Me Outside, and she's kind of converted to some sauce because now she's like touring. She's like a model for like Fashion Nova. Like this girl actually does stuff. Like she's definitely brain dead, and it's just like the internet clout, whatever. But she do her. She's doing something. It's not like she got this and squandered it. Like she got this spotlight on her, and she, good old fashioned, selling of the integrity will get you anywhere on the internet. So
I was literally about to yell, "Come on our show," and then you said that she was brain Dead. I'm like, hey, you can come on a show. We'll bring.
She can still come. Isn't
She
it?
might catch
back
Frankie
for you.
outside.
Yeah, she might. She gonna. I'm gonna have to catch her outside. She's about to be out of mass music.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that? And let's number one. Boy, was this I probably used flash in a pan already. Boy, was this the lightning strike. It was the shooting star memes. Oh wow, no one remembers.
The what now?
Refresh me.
The shooting star memes.
Oh.
Halo one of those.
Yeah, I remember
That
those.
was a good one.
What are we talking about?
So basically, it would be.
Song.
Well, we'll play it afterwards. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah.
We'll show a snippet on the show so that people know what we're talking about.
All right, here it is. Wonderful. But how the meme would work is like, say you have like a video of someone falling, and then you like, you clip them falling,
And they get
you
sent
have them
into
like fall
space.
through space, and like underwater or through the human body.
Okay.
It was huge.
Yeah,
It was huge. Everybody was doing them. I'm trying to remember. The one that I remember the most. For some reason, the one I remember the most was when. This is how old I am. When Carly Fiorina fell off the stage when she was announcing Ted Cruz. She fell off the stage, and then there was.
Back and forth.
Sent her to the moon.
Yeah, that's funny.
I also remember the dog from Flapjack. He had one.
Nice. Everyone was getting one.
Oh my God. I
Have
have
the recap of the 5.
of the what?
Of the 5 memes.
So
The
we had
recap of the 5.
I stepped out for a minute.
I know. I'm like, did you fall asleep? I was looking for input from you. It was.
Kid snuck out to listen to Chili Peppers.
It's okay because I
Had
have
to get his daily dose.
I have something in here that I did not write down because I'm pretty sure it happened in 2017. So this is for Shamus. Distracted boyfriend, mocking
Yep.
SpongeBob. We talked about Salt Bay. Seamus remembers right in front of my salad.
Right in front of my salad. What-
No, he
that
doesn't.
That sounds familiar.
Right in front of
Eh,
my salad.
watch the show.
Yeah, we're not re-explaining.
And catch me outside. How about that? And shooting star memes. And I remember a friend of mine, Jack. Shout out to Jack.
Shout
Jack DeGilio.
Oh, shout out JQ.
New York
different
City.
Jack, but that's my guy.
That was the top
Can't
5
dump
memes.
you if you get it pregnant.
That was the top 5. that was the top 5 memes. And this is the good segment, and I want everyone to be involved with this. Is there anything else that we missed? And I do have something that I remembered that we missed. It's another meme, the "We Are Number One" memes.
We are number one. Is that?
No, it was Lazy Town. We are number one. We are number one.
No.
No one?
Missed that one.
No one.
Out sick
Oh
that
my!
day. Yeah.
It was classic contemporary 2017. I'm surprised no one remembers, but I know what everyone else remembers. The resurgence. Let me see if I can. No, I don't have a pun. The resurgence of the B movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, B
There
movie
it
came
is.
back hard. Came
Yep.
back hard. That movie is honestly so terrible.
I haven't seen it. It's in my house.
No, it's bad. I mean, dude, that was Jerry Seinfeld's. So Jerry Seinfeld obviously had Seinfeld in the
love
'90s.
Seinfeld.
Best, literally
Seinfeld.
favorite comedy show ever.
The door must be closed.
That was a good impression. That
Thank you.
wasn't bad.
I like impressions.
money.
What's the deal with that? That was bad. But yeah, so basically, right? He had not done anything since Seinfeld, which was arguably the biggest comedy show ever. And he made so much money off it. And B Movie was kind of his return. So people were so excited and it was so bad. And after that, people started to come to, and then Curb Your Enthusiasm started coming on. And then people kind of,
They
you
went
know,
from Jerry to Larry.
Well, no, they started to understand that Larry David was the true genius behind it. And if you look at both their careers after it, you can clearly see that Larry David was the instrumental guy behind the genius of Seinfeld. He was the man, you know what I mean? He really was.
Come on our show, Larry David.
Oh, I would.
Come on. Now, Larry'd be like, why don't you go on the show? I want to go on the show.
I don't want to be on the show.
Get me on the show.
Boston. This is cold. It's too cold.
Mass music is pretty good.
Pretty good.
But I will
Pretty
say,
good station.
one of my favorite moments of 2017, a personal DJ famous Shamus, a.k.a. Professor Hill, a.k.a. Shamus Hill, favorite moment of 2017.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
include all that down.
Exactly. Was when Lil Uzi Vert dropped EXO Tour Life. That came out in 2017. One of my
And he dropped Love Is Rage too.
exactly. That album came out August 2017. Big moment.
My God.
moment.
Also, XXX had
Look at me. Was it?
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
year for
who's
music.
your man?
For SoundCloud music. Big
Yeah,
year.
SoundCloud was huge that year, man. Playboy Cardi had Magnolia. Huge, bro. Huge year for music. Huge.
I'm trying to remember what else happened in 2017, other than me wanting to do.
Other
more
than me getting
impersonations.
my cap and gown from high
Hey,
school.
I moved to California.
Hey, my man.
Which was dope.
Of California.
Oh,
Yeah,
Californication, baby. That was a good year. That was a great year.
Yeah, that was a great.
I'm
year.
glad we got that for this episode. That was a great year.
It's a
Yeah,
good
that
year.
no, I'm really happy because I actually remember this year so hard.
Great year.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
year.
This was like actually probably one of the best
Despite
years of my
all the
life.
sad things we talked about, it was a very great year.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great year for me.
Oh, wait.
I don't know about the public at large, but
Wait. Oh my God. We have two things I have to talk about.
Okay.
So 2017, two things happened that are very important to. Well, one's very important. Anyway, 2017 was the year during the Oscars they messed up. And they
Butchered
said
it.
La La Land won Best Picture, but Moonlight actually won.
Yo.
That was the year that happened. And I remember they go, La La Land. I'm like, yeah! La La Land!
Yeah.
And
I
then
was
they go-
in LA when this shit happened.
And then they're like,
it was
no, Moonlight.
nuts.
Really?
You guys won
'Cause I was
Best
with- yeah.
Picture!
I was with a lot of like heads from the industry, and
Oh, rubbing it in.
and it was no like I was at this party, and part of it like you got a sheet where you guess like who you think would win, different categories of this. So it was a thing at the end, everybody gets a prize type of thing. So there was stakes. The stakes were high, and
high stakes.
You know, I wasn't participating because I didn't watch half the movies. I wasn't really big into it. But
Yeah,
0 for 5 today.
yeah, 0 for 5
Who saw
exactly.
Hacksaw Ridge? What's that?
So
But there was a
Blade
lot of
Runner.
drama. I'll never forget. I was like, this is some Hollywood stuff right here, like a plot twist right at the end.
Yeah.
Butchered
Yeah.
it.
La La
And then
Land.
not too long after that, Steve Harvey did his thing.
No, that was before. That was
Was that before or was that
that's,
after?
That's what I was thinking.
Right
I was
around
like,
that
dude, there was
time,
definitely
right around
another
that
one of
time.
those.
No, that
Where-
happened a couple of years before.
Oh,
So we
where
will-
was the? What was the Steve
Miss
Harvey thing
Universe?
again?
Miss Universe.
Oh yeah.
So we
he
will
said-
not talk about it. We will wait till that
Right.
episode. But do you know what happened a couple weeks later?
What?
Super Bowl 51.
Skirt,
Patriots
skirt.
versus the
Oh,
Atlanta
Lord.
Falcons.
Comeback of the
Malcolm
year.
Butler, baby.
Comeback of the century. Honestly, that was crazy.
One of the last great Super Bowls.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
One of the last great non-Patriots Super Bowls. I mean,
We were in it.
no, that was bugging out. I bugged. Nah, I didn't. I had something in my head that wasn't it. They were in that. They were in
And I'm
that.
just all like, really,
Crop
we
that out.
won. I
Crop
remember
out,
going.
man.
I best halftime show I've ever seen. It was Lady Gaga.
I just remember
yeah.
I watched that.
What a hell of a show.
I don't
Hell
remember
of a
that,
show.
but I remember we watched it, and like this kid we watched it with, we were in a big room, and he like went to the kitchen and grabbed like beers, and we got like some huge play, and we were like, stay out there, like you're not coming back in. So he set up like this tiny little screen on his phone. Or like it's actually we had like some projector. So he was watching his projector on like the cabinets because we wouldn't let him come back in. We were like, get the F out of here.
Probably why we won.
Dude, for real, he can't and it is.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out Tommy Janing. We left him in the kitchen. Yeah, that was hilarious. We were like, you're not coming back here, dude. We're cooking. Pun intended.
It was
Hey,
It was a hell of a Super Bowl. You know what I love? Because we're not gonna be able to do this anymore. I love watching the reactions of the people who lost to us
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Nothing like seeing some losers.
We had the game. We had the game. They're like, we're getting the Patriots.
Yeah.
I love the. Oh wait, I love.
Nothing's better than
oh,
seeing a
jeez.
couple losers.
Nothing's better than being at UMass Amherst for a Super Bowl win.
Yes,
I will say.
sir.
Shlomo, where were you at actually for that Super Bowl?
Oh my
Still in
god.
California?
I was I met my friend, one of my best friends, Aaron, on Friday. Okay. He invites me to his birthday party / Super Bowl party on Sunday.
Huge party vibes.
So I show up. I met Aaron. I've known him for 2 days. I'm at this party with about 50 people. I don't know anybody at all. And I'm standing about a foot away from the TV the whole time. You know, it's the LA. It was Patriots versus Falcons, so they could care less.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. I'm fired up. I'm on the phone on
zoned
halftime
in.
with Shamus. Like, what's going on? You know, just stressing.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking trash because, you know, I'm a big sports fan. And I put $20 on the Pats at the end of the third. I was like, I got this feeling, man. I got this feeling.
Damn.
And
Was it like a real bet? Like, because
$20.
I know. Well, yeah. Like, where were you betting through? Like, because if like at
Like face to face, like Aaron, you want to go, bro? $20 on the table.
because I was saying if you bet that like through like a gambling agency
Oh,
or some
I
shit,
know.
you would have won so like $1,600 or something.
It was in the
Like the
moment.
odds was insane at that point. When it was 28-3, the odds were like 1 to 560
Yeah.
or something probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
they thought I was insane. The fact that they still, you know, hang out with me at this point, because I went nuts. I was like, you obviously seen the game. It was insane.
Yeah.
And I talked so much trash to just everyone out
Yeah.
there. And then fast forward to what? The Red Sox, was it last year?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Dude, Red Sox
Woo,
won.
smoked the Dodgers. Like, it's been.
Right.
And then we smoked the Rams.
Yo, wait, yo, are your
So
friend?
not
Is
to-
your friend? He still lives in L.A.
He lives in Northridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, that's crazy.
So we just shit on
Shout out to Aaron one time. Maybe next year, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Screw you, Aaron.
And I'll never
Anywho.
forget. I'll never forget the second Massachusetts state flag. There's the regular one, and then there's the score with Pats 3, Atlanta 28.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Third
great.
quarter.
That's
What was it,
great.
like 10 seconds? It was
Classic,
like
just classic.
I literally when we lost the postseason this year, I just kept looking at that image and I'm thinking, are we ever gonna be this good ever again? And you know what? We will because I'm
get
an
me
optimist. I'm an American, and therefore I'm an optimist.
Yeah, I mean, get me in there. I'll start throwing some cherry bombs.
I did. I am at Antonio Agcaoili on Twitter and at The Real Agcaoili on Instagram. And this was Remember When in the 2010's only on Mass Music Radio. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.